Hey everyone, welcome to Math Talk. I'm your host, Brian Heisler, and today we're going to continue this series on how to solve inequalities with video number 2. We're going to look at how to solve multi-step inequalities. So in the first video, we looked at inequalities that are really just like two-step inequalities. These are a little more complex, involve a little more steps, and so I'm going to break down a couple of examples for you. So let's get started. All right, so we have an example that says 2x plus 6 is less than or equal to 8x plus 21. So the goal with solving inequalities is you want to isolate the variable. And in this example, we have two variables. So we want to move all the variables to one side and simplify it, move all the numbers to the other side and simplify it, and go from there. So I try and keep variables positive whenever I can. So when I'm moving one of the expressions to the other side, I want to make sure that the result is positive. So for example, if I subtract 2x from both sides, then I know that 2x is gone here, but 8 minus 2 is still positive 6. Whereas if I were to do the other way, 2 minus 8 is negative 6. It just, I would rather deal with positive numbers than negative numbers. So I'm going to do that. So let's see. 6 is left alone over here. Less than or equal to 8 minus 2 is 6x plus 21. Okay? So now I have just one variable expression, 6x. I need to move all the numbers over to the other side so I can isolate my variable. So I'm going to subtract 21, and let's see, that's gone over there. 6 minus 21 is negative 15, less than or equal to 6x. All right, so I have one more step, but it's really important to note here that in a previous video I said if your last step is dividing or multiplying by a negative number, you need to flip the sign. I see this happen a lot, and unfortunately it is not the right step, because what I see is that because you're dividing by a number, they think that because in this example, the 15 is negative, when I divide by 6, I need to flip the sign. This isn't the case because it's only the number you're dividing by or multiplying by. If that is negative, then you flip the sign. I'm dividing by a positive 6, so I need to keep the sign the same. My answer over on the left here is going to be a negative number, but the sign's still going to stay in the same direction. So it's something to keep in mind when you come to problems like this. So in this case, x is greater than or equal to negative 2.5. So I need to graph this out. So I'm going to draw my number line. In previous examples, I had a very simple number line with just one number. Because my answer is negative 2.5, it's in between two numbers, so I'm going to include two numbers in my number line. I'm going to include negative 3 and negative 2. That way, when I draw the number negative 2.5, it's right in the middle. It's a closed circle because my inequality is less than or equal to, and that involves closed circles. So x is greater than or equal to negative 2.5. Numbers that are greater than or equal to are to the right, so I'm going to shade over to the right. And this is going to be my solution on a number line. All right, let's look at another example. We have 30 is greater than or equal to 5 times the quantity x plus 6. So first thing I want to do is simplify this down a little bit. I want to use distributive property to make this a little bit easier. So 30 greater than or equal to, distributive property means I need to take the number on the outside and multiply it by both parts of the inside. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 6 is 30. Okay? Now I can go ahead and solve this. It's just a normal two-step inequality. I'm going to isolate my variable by subtracting 30 from both sides. This and this are gone. Just because 30 minus 30 is 0 doesn't mean there's no number there. The number is actually 0. We need to make sure we write 0. Greater than or equal to 5x. Okay? Now I have one more step. I'm going to divide by 5 so I can get x all by itself. And I know that 0 divided by any number is 0, so the right number over there is 0. And 0 is greater than or equal to x, or x is less than or equal to 0. So let's go ahead and draw it on a number line. Let's see, 0 I'm going to have in the middle. It is a less than or equal to symbol. So I'm going to draw a closed circle and numbers that are less than or equal to 0 to the left, because less than is left. And there is my answer on this problem. So when you get to multi-step inequalities, you really want to try and simplify it as much as you can, break it down. If you need to use distributive property, go ahead and do that. If you have a variable on both sides of your inequality, make sure you bring all your variables to one side, all your numbers to the other, and simplify so you can treat it as just a regular inequality. I hope this helps. Make sure you check out the other videos on solving inequalities, and thanks for watching. Hey everyone, it's Brian Heisler, your host of Math Talk. If you feel like after you're watching my videos, you think you may still need some extra practice in the classroom, you want to take classes with us, visit our website at www.gedyes.com. It'll take you right to this website, and you can find locations and where our classes are being offered. If you live in one of our neighboring counties, you can definitely visit our website, gedyes.com, and you can click on this link down here, FDOE Adult Educational Contacts. This will list the different contacts of the adult ed programs in the counties throughout the state of Florida. So you don't necessarily have to be in Palm Beach County to take advantage of adult and community ed classes. If you live in one of these counties, reach out to these people and they'll get you set up with classes in their county. Thanks again for watching.